All right, we live, guys. How y'all doing?
We pretty good. What about y'all?
Good, good, man.
What's
Just a
going
little
on?
sick. You
Mm,
know what I mean? But other than that, shit, I'm cool. What about you, Maul?
man.
I'm cool, bro. I can't complain, man. I'm cooling, though.
Yeah, yeah. So, I kind of brought all you guys here today, because I seen, Maul, was recently doing an interview with you too, Bleed, and then
So,
from that I seen, Max Minelli, you had some music, a lot of stuff. You guys go way back, you and Young Bleed, so I just thought, maybe we could hook up and do an interview, kind of talk about you guys' history and same with Maul, and we got some other questions and stuff lined up. But thank
yeah,
you guys
man.
for coming in, man.
Okay, yeah.
Hey, no
Appreciate
problem.
you having me. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I seen your guys' well, I guess how we could start is how did you guys meet, you and Young Bleed?
Man, I
Yeah.
met Bleed. I met Bleed through like some older cousins of mine that like went to school with him and was kind of like from around the same neighborhood with him and shit. Where his mom lived. I had moved to California when I was like 9, 10 years old, right? Uh,
Yeah.
and then like that's why I actually started writing raps and shit. I wrote my first rap when I was 10, and then
Yeah.
like my mama shipped us back down here. We ended up in BR. That's where my mama people was at.
Yeah.
So, I kind of felt like, shit, rapping out the question now, because, I just left California. That's where all the, that's where the game was at,
Right.
Louisiana, this was like 1990, you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't really no rappers popping from Louisiana like that. So,
Right.
um, anyway, they, kind of figured out that, I told them that I could rap and Woo Woo and Bleed was the only person that they knew who rapped, so they kind of connected us. And then from there, me and him formed a relationship. I used to call him when I got home from school every day. You know what I'm saying? I write raps at school, call that nigga as soon as I get home, like, man, check this bitch out. So
Yeah.
that's how we built our relationship, and I think me and Bleed didn't really actually physically meet each other till like what, about 3 years later or something, huh,
Two,
Bleed?
3 years later. Yeah, 2, 3 years later, man. Strictly on the phone, without the cell phones, without the FaceTime, and
Right, right,
we still had the phone that plugged in the wall, man. So that type of
right.
relationship since then.
Well, you had to catch a nigga when they was at home. If
Yeah,
if
if
a
you
nigga
already
wasn't
know.
at home, shit, that's it.
No
You
answer
gotta wait till you
machine,
catch.
none of that shit.
Right, right, right.
Yeah, man.
So how was that? When you guys first met, did you guys even recognize each other? And did you guys know each other, like what each other looked like that? Or
Um,
Nah, I don't think
for
I
me,
don't think I knew what Bleed looked like.
yeah, I
That's what
didn't
I'm
know what
saying.
he looked like, but we knew each other in that sense. If you understand where I'm coming from, the spirit connection. When we pulled up, I knew out everybody was outside. He was who I
Yeah.
was talking to on the phone. Yeah, that type of
damn,
thing. Yeah,
no, that's
yeah.
cool. So what I guess kind of led up to making your first official track. What was that titled? Was that off of your first album that you guys did?
Nah, long for that, Max, if you will, if you please, man.
Yeah, nah, we shit, it was a few years before we got to that level, bro. We
Yeah,
had, but we started like on a little 4-track machine, like a little bitty thing this big. This got 4 tracks on it. It record on the cassette tape, so you can put the beat on one track, and then one person rap on one track, another person rap on another track, and so forth and so on. So
yeah,
we just used to be like in my partner house. Happy, Happy Perez. He was the one making all our beats and shit. So he was the
yeah,
producer. It was me, Jay Vaughn, and Bleed. You know what I'm saying? And man, we just used to be in that. That's all we just lived for that shit, bro. That's all we wanted to do was rap. You know what I'm saying? So we just did that shit for the next couple of years, and then eventually Bleed and Loke, got together and started doing their thing when Loke formed his label. And
yeah,
so he actually put out a record with Bleed that was on it, and Bleed like wrote, I think wrote might have wrote a couple of verses or something for him. And them was like the main songs that people was fucking with, you know what I'm saying? So that shit kind of blew up, you know what I'm saying? Like in our area. So from then it just was on, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Damn. So you introduced him, Bleed, to C-Loke, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I was the brother between the brothers, so yeah, yeah, definitely that. Yeah, man. You know, as
Damn.
well as
So
you mentioned Javon and Reds. They had a group. Their group, like you say, was called Laylo. So yeah, while we was formulating the clique, you know, I was real fond of them. So I wanted Loke to know what time it was and get a chance to hear him, and the rest history, you know.
Yeah. So, Maul, when did you first hear them? You know, like what was the first song that you heard by these guys? Because you were out there back in the day bumping their music when they were coming up.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, bro. The first time I heard of them, you gotta think this back in like this in the '90s, right here. You feel me? So, the first time I heard of all of them, it was an album that CeeLo put out on the CeeLo Records. It was called The Concentration Camp. You follow what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
that shit some kind of way leaked up here. So everybody up here was bumping that shit. But the songs
Yes,
that we was
sir.
up here, the songs that we was on was CeeLo had a song called Shit Real. You feel me? It was him and Lil Boosie. Boosie probably 12, 13 years old. He sounded like a little kid on that bitch, bro. You follow me?
Right.
Then they had another song called Outlaws. You follow what I'm saying? And so Outlaws and Shit Real is what was bumping up here off that Concentration Camp album. When you look at the whole thing, you will see Bleed and Max Minelli and all the credits on there. You follow what I'm saying? So we've been seeing their name, but them were the first two songs that was bumping up here. You follow what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
So that's how we first got the wind of them right there. You feel me?
Yes,
That's how we
indeed.
first got them.
Yeah. Like what Miles speaking on right there is kind of like later though, after, you know what I'm saying? Like we had like a whole little run before it actually got to, you know, the album he's speaking on. That was
Yeah.
actually the Concentration Camp 3 or the Camp 3 was what it was
Yeah.
called. But before that we had did like, you know, Loke did another album, and that was the first time me and Vaughn got heard. It was an album called Whatever. And, you know, of course, Bleed had got on most songs on there. So he was kind of like introducing us, you know, as projects came out. Then,
Right.
like Bleed had the name, you know, the idea to form the group called the Concentration Camp. Kind of like Wu-Tang Clan, basically. It wasn't like, it was more like a collective. It wasn't just a group, you know, it was like different individuals and groups within one big clique, you know what I'm saying? So
Yes, sir.
that's how this shit formed. And then eventually put out like a compilation that was called the Concentration Camp. And that's when like Bleed shit really, because that's what, you know, the original, how you do that, there a fool was on. You know what I'm saying? So that bitch like just,
Yeah.
it was over with after that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So, no, that's really cool. You know, I mean, you know, so when you guys were first making these songs, you know, you guys were all together all the time, right? Like you guys were, C-Loke had built a studio, right? And this is where you
Yeah.
guys were at every day making everybody's albums, right? Is that correct?
Yeah. Coming off what he's saying, you know, we really used to sell tapes on the corner and stuff like that before that. You remember the tapes we had, Max, you know, the $5
Yeah.
tape. So
In the book
we
set.
went, you know, it was several studios we went to, in particular Tommy Jefferson in the town, rest in peace. But you know, a lot of the locals went to Tommy Jefferson, the birthplace for us, studio recording for a lot of us. So, but like you said, eventually fast forward the tape, yeah, Loke eventually built a studio. We used to record in the house, you know, in the bedroom or something, with the mic in one room and all the engineering, you know, done in another room. So, you know, we found ways to record and eventually grew to that. And yeah, like you said, it set the scene for everything that came out. Yeah.
Yeah. And you know, the first song I ever heard from you guys, and you know, it's quite, you know, it's crazy how you guys just finally made the music video for it was better than the last time, you know. So that's what I want to you know, really talk about. You know, that was a really good song, you know, from, you know, the first album you know, Bleed came out with, you know what I mean? So what the hell inspired, you know, you guys to like, all right, let's do this, you know what I mean? Because I was like, holy shit, this is cool.
Man, bro, I tell you a story about that song, bro. Actually, like if you notice, like it's like me on 3 verses and the hook, and then Bleed come on at the end, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Like I had actually did that song on Christmas Day on 19. It was 19. It must have been 1996. That's what I'm thinking. But it
Oh,
was Christmas
96,
Day.
96 and 97. I
Yeah.
want to say
So
97. Yeah.
I really think it was 96 though, bro, because I like remember we had that song for a while before it actually came out. So I
Okay, I
won't say it
forget
was
that.
I won't say it was 96 because it was before
Yeah.
I graduated from high school. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So
Yeah, I was thinking, right, you know, because Balls in My Word come out the beginning of 98.
98.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah, so, but
So
if you're saying that, we didn't have, I don't remember having it for a year. You might be 100% right. But yeah, you making me look.
I think we
yeah.
did, bro.
Okay,
It had to
did.
be because if you remember, Bleed, like once we started doing your album, that
Yes,
was in
sir.
'97, right? Because it
Right,
came
right.
out in '98. Yeah, so yeah, it had to be. That was Christmas Day of 1996, which was the end of the year. Was five
Okay,
days till '97. You know what I'm saying? So
yes,
yeah,
sir.
but
Okay,
yeah,
yeah.
so and that's why I say on the first thing, all I want for Christmas is 12 gold teeth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Right.
but yeah, so but man, to answer your question though, we was doing, me and Bleed actually hooked up with one of our partners, Matt, who they had a group like called South Coast Coalition.
Yeah.
Back in the day, it was some white dudes, they had like the white hip hop market down here, that was
Right.
moving, you know what I'm saying? But they he wanted to do like a new compilation, and me and Bleed did a song together for that compilation. We did a video for that. So,
Yeah.
it's kind of like the first time me and Bleed had linked up in a while. So we was just sitting in the car running it about a whole bunch of shit, you know what I'm saying? And Bleed was like, he just said that shit like, man, we ought to shoot a video for that better than the last time. When he said that shit, I was like, boy, yeah, that's what the fuck we got to do. You know what I'm saying? So from there, it was just, we put it together, bro, and we knocked it out. And I'm glad that people took to it like how how we thought they would. You know what I'm saying? Because you could think like, man, why would a nigga shoot a video for a song that's 20-something years old? But at the same time, it's like it's a song everybody loves. So to be able to put a visual to that bitch finally, that shit just bring it all together for people. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's dope for sure.
Yeah, and to do something that ain't never been done. It ain't never been done before. So we stayed up.
Yeah. But you guys even made it look like the '90s and everything. You even said 1997.
Right.
You took it back in time. You guys had the cars, the outfits, and everything.
Right.
That part.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That was the way, to me, to just make the most sense. You know what I'm saying? If we set it back in them times, you know what I'm saying? So that's why we set it up like that and kind of gave it that look. But that bitch, forever gonna be. You know what I'm saying?
A hip hop classic, man. Absolutely.
Yeah, for real.
I gotta say this right quick, man. Well, I gotta say this. I meant to mention this earlier when you asked me how I heard about them. So next, let me say this to you, bro. So when those concentration camp albums was coming up here, like you said, whenever the album we got, you said that was later right there, but that's the first album that actually got to Tennessee. You follow what I'm saying? So, at least got to my city. The thing what made you stand out, Max, because I can speak for like at least 15 or 20 of my homies. We could never pronounce your name. You follow what I'm saying? We were looking at the back of the album, like Max Minelli,
Maximilian.
Yeah, you feel me? Whatever his name was, that shit stood out to us right there. You follow what I'm saying? Like Young Bleed, you can read that. She can read that. But it's Maximin. What's his dude's name right here? You know what I'm saying? So that shit stood out to us.
And you know what's the thing about that too, bro? Not to cut y'all, hold your thought, but like a lot of times, like people put it together. Like back then, sometimes people put it all together as one word, and that's why it kind of confused people. But it's really Max Minelli. You know what I'm saying? It's two different words, but sometimes if you look at some of them old covers, it do be all in one, just Max Minelli all together. So that's probably why, y'all was, what is this, Maximilian or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
It's like the first and the last name, like Max the first name, Minelli the last name. You feel me?
Right.
But us, it was one word, Max Minelli up here. That's what it was. It was Max. And then the thing that put me on him lyrically, I gotta say, and I know you remember this song here. Y'all had a song called My Thug There. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You remember that? My Thug There.
Yeah.
That was that's in my playlist in my car right now, bro. You know what I'm saying? My Thug There. That was my shit. CeeLo Boost and Max Minelli on that. That's the shit I played from back then to this day right there, bro. You know what I'm saying? So that's when I really got on like, okay, all right, bro. All right.
That's love, bro. I appreciate that. Yeah, that's like, and I, like at that time, Bleed had kind of was doing his thing and Vaughn was doing his thing. So like the more lyrical people that was in our camp was kind of gone. You know what I'm saying? So like with me, being there with Loke and Boosie, who they not really like rappers like that. They more street rappers, you know what I'm saying? So that was they made me able to stand out amongst, you know, them, you know what I'm saying? Cause I still came with that shit that I do, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, 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 for sure.
So that's how you always kind of differentiated yourself, you would say.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, you know, like I say, like it's kind of like two different iterations. Like it's the concentration camp and then it's the camp. You know what I'm saying? So the concentration camp, like, you know, when it was me, Bleed, and Vaughn together, it was like, you know, like steel sharp and steel, like, you know what I'm saying? Bleed was
Right.
like our sensei, you know what I'm saying? He was like Master Splinter to us, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
so
you can say
it
that,
was
man.
it was yeah, so it was like, you know, we like he was the nigga we was trying to be as good as, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it was like a thing where it's like, man, you know, any one of these niggas, everybody gonna get on this bitch and, you know, do their thing. But
Yeah.
like I say, then with when it kind of switched to like me, Loke, and Boosie, you know, Loke and Boosie is not really, you know, lyrical rappers like that. You know what I'm saying? So it was like a thing where I had to like fit in, get in where I fit in with what they was doing, and still, you know, don't not sound like out of place like a motherfucker, but still
Right.
do what I do. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and it seems
Sound like
like you
Bleed.
handled that pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
It
Still to
sounds
this
like
day.
what
yeah,
you're
bro.
saying, like Bleed, nigga, like sound like he was like a nigga like the DOC of the crew. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
So all you guys have kind of linked up, or done something with like Little Boozy. So like, I guess how did you two, link up with him, at such a young age?
Well,
Um,
you could go ahead. You want me to go, or you could
yeah.
go? You could go ahead,
Well,
bleed.
I set it off, and and you lead it to y'all.
Yeah.
Go back with me in the sense, we family of the same block, same neighborhood, and that type of thing. So, of course, we two different age genders. So I grew like with Big Cuz and all them guys, that be with them, minus saying names. So, all the way from here start on up. So that type of connection was a family connection with me. And later, when he grew in life and started doing this thing, and we'll connect and start doing things. Rest in peace, Mr. Magic, who died smoking a drink joint. Was like one of the first records we did together, and a well-known record. But we did a
That
few
bitch was a
records that
bomb.
hadn't been released. So we've been doing that.
Yeah.
Then eventually, him and Max, will connect somewhere along the lines of the camp. So if you will, if you please, baby brother.
Yeah, it's well, like I say, like, you know, kind of like it was a point where everybody kind of, you know, split off and was doing their own thing, and I had reconnected with Loke at some point, and you know, me and him decided to do some new shit, and at that time, we got a partner named Frog.
Yeah,
He from like, you know, he from South Baton Rouge. He grew up with Bleed and Loke and them, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
he
rock
had
out.
like he had like a label he was trying to start at one time, and he
Yeah,
had Boosie, his cousin named D Pitcher, and
yeah.
Bobcat, a girl rapper, and
Rest in
then
peace.
yeah, rest in peace D, and
Yeah,
so he the one who kind of like bought Boosie to Loke and like showed him like, man, you gotta come check this little dude out, because you know he was a kid, like he had to be like 13 or something, you know what I'm saying?
something like that. Yeah, man.
Yeah, and so you know, Frog introduced him, and then Frog ended up catching the case. So when he got locked up, you know, he just told Boosie like, man, fuck with Loke. You know what I'm saying? I can't really do nothing for you right now. He laid down for a few years, so that's how, you know, he came with me and Loke, and then we did eventually everything we did.
Yes, sir.
What about you, Maul? How'd you end up getting that movie role with that movie he was featured in?
Oh damn, you know about that? Damn.
Yeah, bro. Shit, you told me about it fucking last year when we did an interview that first time. Remember?
Yeah, I forgot about that. I was in a movie with Boosie called The Milwaukee Story. You follow what I'm saying? It was called The Milwaukee Story. It's too much sugar for a dime. You feel me? So
Yeah,
it was myself, as far as I guess rap artist appearances, myself, Boosie, MJG from 8 Ball MJG,
Mhm.
Starlito from Nashville. People still know him as All Star. You follow what I'm saying? And another group from Nashville called the Bells. So the
Yeah,
movie
man.
was filmed in Milwaukee. The movie was filmed in Milwaukee. So the guy who filmed the movie, he played the role of like a dope boy who was hustling in Milwaukee. Then he decided to come down south and start getting dope from down south, and then go back to Milwaukee and flood the city with the work. That was the concept of the movie. So when he come down south, he come to holler at MJ in the movie. He come to holler at MJG to get shit out of Memphis. He go to Nashville to holler at Starlito. He come from Nashville to Chattanooga to holler at me. Then he go from Chattanooga to Atlanta to fuck with Boosie. You follow what I'm saying? So that's how the whole connection came about to have all this in the movie. I never met him on the movie set because we filmed it in different cities. When the movie come together, script and the promotion says Boosie, Badass, Maal The Pimp, Starlito, and MJG. You follow what I'm saying? So, you know, it was a cool little thing to have an acting role like that. And then the shit was supposed to hit the theaters, but then the COVID shit. You follow what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Right. It came out on like streaming and shit.
Yeah. He once the COVID shit happened, he ended up putting it out online. It's on YouTube. It's on YouTube.
Okay.
Too much shit for the time. The Milwaukee story. Yeah, it's on YouTube. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to check that out, bro.
Yeah, man.
That was like a big budget movie. That bitch was gonna be in the theaters. It came out in theaters in Milwaukee, but it was supposed to go all up north. And once it was supposed to hit Milwaukee, Michigan, Oregon, I think, like 7 or 8 states up north. But then after Milwaukee, that's when COVID shit hit, and then it stopped it from going to all the other theaters right there. You feel me? But you know,
Right.
Yeah, I like the movie, man. When I was you know, I think I'm gonna watch it like a year ago or something. You know, when you told me about it, and I was like, no, I liked it. And I knew right when they pulled up at how do you say it, Chattanooga, I got the city. Yeah, I was like, all right, this mall's about to pop up right now.
Right.
I was like, here we go. Yeah. Because I knew right when, because that's what you rep. You had this the song too. You know, you know, you're the one from back maybe like 10 years ago too. You know, about
That was a cool little
I can't
experience.
say
You
that.
know, they give me a reason to say I had an acting role. You know, I'm an actor. You feel me? I'm in a movie. I'm an actor, bro. With a speaking role in a big budget movie. So that was cool. It's something to add to the resume. You feel me?
As of the resume,
Yeah. See, that's how I felt when I did that movie with Megan Good. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit. I'm
what movie was
that?
On that?
It's
movie
a movie
bro?
It's called Video Girl.
Huh. Yeah, man. I ain't know that.
It's
with Megan Good?
Yeah, with Megan Good. Yeah, that bitch be on. It's on. It should be on Netflix. Yeah, that bitch was come on BET and everything.
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh, okay.
Look.
Okay. Major right there, bro. That's major.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really?
Yeah, it was dope. It was a dope experience. You know what I'm saying? And I actually kind of like play myself in it, but you know what I'm saying? It was dope. Like,
What was your role in it?
basically, like the premise of the movie is she like a girl who kind of like don't know really what she want to do. Think she moved to her somewhere, another city where her relatives live, in some kind of way she ended up like getting in videos, like rap videos and shit. Then she started like doing drugs and shit like that, and she kind of spiraled, you know what I'm saying? So that was like the premise of the movie. And like it had a dude who was a director, and he like, you know, he wanted to fuck with her, like, you know, on a relationship type level, and just is dope. So like I really play myself, but it's like a scene where she do like her first big, like real big budget video, you know what I'm saying? And that's the video with me, you know what I'm saying? And I had like a couple scenes in. I had a scene where I met her like in the club at first, then we did the video shoot, then we had like some shit, like we was eating in a restaurant later on. So it was dope. It was a cool dope experience, bro.
Yes, sir.
Damn.
Let me ask you this, bro. Let me ask you, hey Max, how you land that role? They reached out to you, or you had somebody shopping you around, and
Man,
how that happen?
Man, I got my partner Matt, the one who I was just talking about that did the compilation. Me and Bleed did a song for. He like produced movies and shit. You know what I'm saying? So he put me in that bitch, like, and he was telling me like, man, they got he was telling me like Timberland was calling, trying to put an artist in that spot. Like everybody was trying to get that role.
You know.
But he put me in that bitch. So you know what I'm saying? That's my dog, bro. He kept it a buck with me on that one. You know what I'm saying? Bun B in the movie too. Bun B and man, who else in that movie, man? Y'all ever seen that movie Napoleon Dynamite?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite movies.
You know the white girl, Hillary Duff's sister. She in it. Matter of fact, she the one who kind of was like I was fucking with in the movie. So it got like a few people in it and shit. It's dope. Lisa Ray in it. And man, and that old lady too. Man, I can't remember that lady name. Bleed, what's that lady name who with Ossie Davis?
Rudy D.
Yeah, she in it too. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's beautiful, man. That's a
Black history right there, bro. Black history.
Black
history.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, that's great.
Yes,
sir.
So Max, are you still oh shit, kind of cut out a little bit. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, no.
Okay, cool. So Max, I was gonna ask you, Max, so are you still rapping and stuff? Because I know a few years back you said you were gonna, retire from, music and stuff.
Yeah, I did. I retired for like about a year, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, but I'm back on it 1,000 right now, bro. Like, that's just some shit that it just ain't gonna never leave. You know what I'm saying? So
you can't turn it off.
You can't, bro. You can't. So I got like a couple of things, in the mix that I'm working on right now.
Dope, man. So you got a new project?
Yeah, it's like in the beginning stages, but yeah, I got a little plan and a vision for it. So yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
Yes, sir.
You have anything to ask them all that you want to ask?
I've been doing a lot of shit with Bleed lately too, you know what I'm saying? So we did like a couple songs. We did some features for other people and shit. We shot a video for a dude named Solomon, the Great. Yeah, from like New Orleans area. So bro.
Damn. So have these came out yet then?
Yeah, it's called Lovely Day, man. If y'all not up on that, it's a super dynamite song, man. And a beautiful, uplifting song, man, and beautiful video. So y'all get up on that solemn nutcase, man, and bleeding Minelli.
Hell yeah, man. That's fucking dope, man. I'm glad you didn't officially retire, So are you still doing the music behind the scenes, you know what I mean? Like are you working with the younger artists and stuff?
And honestly, bro, I write for people sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Like I done some writing for people and shit, but man, I be wanting to fuck with artists, bro, youngsters, but I ain't gonna lie, bro. Out here where we at, bro, it's fucked up, bro. Like you gotta watch who you stand next to, cause you know what I'm saying? Like these niggas out here murdering left and right. You feel me?
Man,
So it's like,
better down here is an average right now. It's crazy.
Right. So it's like,
bro.
You see these little dudes and you think you see a little dude got talent. Matter of fact, they got a little dude who got killed down here like about a couple months ago now, named True Bleeder. Like, man, I tried to take him to a label. That's what I was planning on doing, you know what I'm saying? But then he kind of, got in that shit and man, now he not here no more. You know what I'm saying? R.I.P. But so that's kind of like what be having me hesitant to fucking with these youngsters out here. I want to, but it's like, man, is it worth the trouble right now? You know what I'm saying?
Not at all, man. Too much going on. Hip hop and music part of it, and what we trying to do. You know what I mean? And it's just you got to be here to know it. When Max speaking that it's senseless murders, I'm talking about daily and not exaggerating. Shit is ridiculous. Yeah, it's crazy right now. So yeah, man, I try. I make and get into it with little dudes trying to shake their hands and just say, it's a whole nother epidemic out here, man. Yeah.
Right. Then bro, like I feel like, man, I've been able to go anywhere in the city for 20 plus years, and
right.
it be love, you know what I'm saying? So like, man, I ain't trying to, be looking over my shoulder, nigga coming after me. I gotta do a nigga something behind, some shit that ain't even really, on my body. You feel me? So I kind of just, stay away, staying clear all that shit till some of the smoke died out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You got to, man, to stay alive, man. Wrong place, wrong time, man. Yeah. Freak accidents occur.
Bro.
Yeah, stay out the way. You ain't got to get out the way, man.
Yeah, boy. You stand next to these niggas, take a picture with them, post it on Instagram. Shit, you inherit they beef. You know what I'm saying?
You become the ops, man. You become the ops, bro.
Yeah.
Right. So,
yeah, I'm telling you, nigga, be that. Oh, he fucking with that nigga now. Oh, bitch. You know what I'm saying? So, man, it ain't working. But but these niggas operating on some whole other shit right now, bro.
Right. Crazy.
So how do you, I guess, maneuver around all that shit? You and Young Bleed and, Maul. I mean, I guess if you guys can speak on that, like how do you, avoid, not letting something like that get to you or,
Well, man, we
love the ones you with.
Right. But we came up in a different time when it was like morals and ethics and shit that, you know what I'm saying, niggas was live by, you know what I'm saying? So, it's like, man, bro, you just like Bleed say, you know who your circle is.
Yeah.
And you just, man, you give respect, you give respect. You know what I'm saying? You don't disrespect me, I ain't gonna disrespect you. I'm gonna stay out your way, you stay out my way. You know what I'm saying? And they use it, that's just all it is to it, bro.
What about you,
personally, bro? I maneuver around that shit, bro. Pretty much kind of what Max said. You feel me? Like, you can't affiliate yourself, even though you ain't got nothing to do with nothing that's going on. Like, you got to keep it to a handshake. And what I mean by that, bro, if I see you at the gas station, I run to you in the club, what's up, my nigga, and keep it pushing.
Right.
You feel me? As far as me working on a song with you, especially being in the video with you, because down here we got, it's a gang culture down here. You follow what I'm saying? So the minute you stand beside a nigga, you become the ops to his ops. You follow what I'm saying? So, knowing that can happen, even though you know for a fact you ain't got nothing to do with that shit, the ops don't know that, bro. You feel me? So you got to remove yourself. And even me, like on the business shit, like right now, we got this thing in October called the 2022 Chattanooga Hip Hop Summit. You follow what I'm saying? We got a lot of big name people, artists, label execs, DJs, and all this shit flying into the city to speak on panels or either perform at this hip hop summit. Now, the other side of that is the people on the hip hop summit, with me being connected to the streets, want me to get local artists to come on and perform. You follow what I'm saying? But me knowing the streets, like, if we bring this nigga on, we're gonna bring this type of problem. You follow what I'm saying? So like, man, just Bleed and Max. If I bring Max on, Max is into it with Bleed. So if people know for a fact Max is on this show, Bleed finna come with his homeboys and it's finna be a problem at this show while we got all these people in town. You follow what I'm saying? So with that being said, I gotta leave Max off the show, even though Max would be a nice addition to the show because he got a buzz, he got good music, he got a following, but he come with this other shit. You follow what I'm saying? So because of that, you gotta leave niggas off the show. You follow what I'm saying? You feel me? So like how I avoid it, so that's how you avoid the shit. To answer the question, stay away from it, bro. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna see these niggas in the street, so you speak and holler, but at the end of the day, speak, we holler, and that's where the fucking stop at right there, bro. Until you get your shit together.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. If it go that far.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it makes sense, though. I mean, I get that's, really, if that's the only way to stay away from it, then, that's what you got to do. You got to, protect yourself. I mean, it's fucked up that it has to be that way, but, I guess that's what it is today. You know what I mean? So.
Exactly.
It's a roll of dice, man. It's a roll of dice. You still got to go out there. You know what I mean? And front and center, but that's a chance you take, man. You never know. I done had some frequent encounters, and Max know what it is. I just been back home a few months, and already, I'm just cutting on the tape shop. But yeah, just just frequent shit, just going out and doing what we do. We love to do best. You attract all kind of audience, so you never know what you're gonna run into. So it's hard to do. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. So, Maul, you have anything or any other questions you want to ask?
No, I just want to see what them niggas got coming out, bro. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Shit, and I want to see that. I just want to see what they got coming out, bro. You feel me? So,
man.
That's what I'm waiting. I'm waiting to see what they come
First and foremost, man, y'all do y'all know about Diamonds in the Dirt, the documentary?
Right.
What's that?
Sounds
I have no idea
familiar.
what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. What's that?
Man, so it's a documentary called Diamonds in the Dirt that I just put out. Me and my partner Matt, who I was telling you about. And it's about the really the beginning of Baton Rouge hip hop to, from like 1985 all the way up to the year 2000. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the origin story of all the rappers, dudes who first started rapping in BR back in 1985, and then eventually, through Bleed and Camp and me and Boosie and a couple other artists, B-Lo, Nero, you know what I'm saying? So
B-Lo.
it's called Diamonds.
Oh, I forgot about B-Lo.
Yeah, it's called Diamonds in the Dirt. It's on it's out right now. It's on Tubi. You can watch it for free on Tubi. It's on Apple TV. It's on Prime Video and a couple other little sites and shit. But it's free on Tubi. So Diamonds in the Dirt. Go check it out.
Right on, absolutely.
Right. What about you, Bleed?
Yeah, man. I just dropped a new album called Darius God. It's available on all the social media platforms. I also just I had a label, Trapdoor Entertainment, for those that don't know. So we busy over here. We just dropped the EP on my son Taj Rahman. It's called Hear Me Raw. We did that about a week ago. Shouts out to my guy KD the Stranger over there in the Ukraine going through all that bullshit. But we did a record, man, a few weeks before the war called Americranium. So those are my latest projects. You know what I mean? Got a compilation that's in the works. We're gonna drop soon. And like Max said, we working, man. So y'all keep your eyes and ears peeled for the rest of the year, man. It's going down over here. Hold up.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
What about you,
on
Maul?
Instagram, man.
Yo, my gram is on the Real Young Bleed, man. Also for the label is trapdoorent.com. I'm also part of a broadcast station, man, out of H-Town, man. Shouts out to Bangin' 832 Radio. So every Tuesday and Thursday nights, I'm on live. They do the thing 7 days a week. That's Bangin' 832 Radio, man. Check that out. What I'm missing, Facebook, the Young Bleed fan page, and for people that's on Twitter, it's at Real Young Bleed, man. So yeah, other than that, Google me, man. I'm out here.
Hell yeah, man. That's what's up. What about you, Maul? What do you got coming up?
Man, me, of course, I'm pushing my podcast, Pimpaholic TV podcast. You follow what I'm saying? My YouTube channel is Pimpaholic TV, so I got my podcast on there. Which Bleed was just a guest about 2 weeks. His interview came out about 2 weeks ago. You follow what I'm saying? And then I got my talk show, which is called Table Talk with MTP, The Great Debate. That's a whole nother separate thing, separate from the podcast, but it all falls on the Pimpaholic TV on YouTube. I'm back in the studio, Adrian. I'm finna release a new single called Who Wants Some Problems. You follow what I'm saying?
Oh, so, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Who Wants Some Problems? That right there, you dig what I'm saying? I'm a president of a clothing company called D. Rollins Clothing, which is my guy based out in New Orleans, but he's in Dallas, Texas right now. He got me as the president of the company. So when in the midst of launching that, I can't really speak on a bunch of shit that's going on with that right now. We still got paperwork to get done and shit like that. But so between the clothing company, the podcast, the talk show, new single coming out called Who Wants Some Problems, you follow what I'm saying? Coming up in October, like I just said, October 15th through the 22nd, Chattanooga Hip Hop Summit. I'm on the committee for that, so I got a lot of people coming in town for that. DJs, artists, label execs, all kind of shit. So man, I'm rap hustling, bro. I'm rap hustling.
Yeah.
Straight. Yeah, man.
Well, y'all go check that out. Like I was gonna say, I appreciate all you guys coming on today, and speaking and telling you guys a story, your connections, how you guys know each other, because there's a lot of good history there, man. And I really enjoyed it. This is good, man. I like it, man. So thank y'all. I appreciate it.
We appreciate you, man. Good luck.
Yes, sir. 100. Appreciate you, my brother.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and